So, hi everybody, Craig Hanson, the club golfer's nightmare. If you're not getting the compression that you're after, if you're not getting the consistency of strike that you're after, shaft lean, lag, and if you're having directional issues, guys, I've got a fantastic video here for you when we really have a look at the truth of the movement of the club golfer. And we're going to supply you with some feels, some drills later on the video to clean this up. At the moment we're looking at a professional on the left of the screen and a professional on the right of the screen. And we're seeing that the entry into the golf ball is almost identical, although they had different positions at the top. So I'm going to show you an easier way to go about doing it. And when you're looking at the top of the swing here, we're seeing one club face position. Now we have a 3-knuckle grip on the lead hand, meaning that when you look down at your grip, you're seeing 3 knuckles or more of your logo. And when you get pretty close to a flat left wrist, you've got the club face, pointed towards your ear. Now, the golfer on the right hand side, even though they had the same entry, has more of a 1-knuckle grip, and this club head is pointing down. Now this is more difficult, especially if you haven't played junior golf and maybe you're not the most skilled individual. I don't mean it bad, but the closer we get to the correct entry, the better we hit it. Now we'll watch this professional on the right. Watch his hands here on the right side here, how they bow down. Can you see that move at the top here? And we've got a bit of a bowing motion down. That right wrist here is going to pick up in angle, so he's actually squaring the face up. That's hard, that's talent. We know a lot of people are already bowed at the top, like Dustin Johnson, might see a Jordan Spieth or a John Rahm, and a lot of these players are bowing their wrists coming downwards to square up the face. Now for club golfers, if you can't do this, you're better off being with a 3-knuckle grip and already being a bit shut, because I'm going to show you in a second that the club golfer actually does the opposite to that. They actually open the face up. It's quite amazing. You'll also see with this professional on the right here, watch this hand slightly in extension, this lead wrist, but it's going to bow slightly down, and they don't know they do that, right? They just do it because they're good. But we are going to steal some of this information because we want to get closer to this position no matter what. Now let's have a look here at a club player, and we'll get a line here up at around 53 degrees. It's normally around the belt buckle area. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. Plenty of videos coming your way. When we get up to the top here, all right, we're going to see this club face. Actually, he's in a pretty good place there, but now he's going to start to open it. And that face, he's opened it already. So club golfers will open up the face coming down, and then they need to use the right shoulder so much to rotate. If he comes from the inside with an open face, he's going to hit it over here. So he comes well over the top. Now if I pop up a line here, just bear with me, just check this out. Pop up a line here over the golf ball. You can imagine that that's a wall, all right? And we just want to collect the ball in the wall down the bottom. So, but unfortunately, when we see this move from the top, when we start to open up the face, sort of subconsciously the right shoulder has to sort of rotate, and the right tricep excessively, and it comes down sort of in front of the hands here, but it crashes into the wall. And now you've got a couple of things against you, right? You've got an open face with a glancing blow, and it's just not going to work. You've got to collect the ball in the wall down the bottom. You've got to hit the ball from the correct path with the square face to sort of propel a golf ball down the line. You can't have your best pants on and and your best shoes, and hopefully it's going to work. So that's a fair bit away. So what we did is we cleaned it up a little bit. Now with this gentleman, what I sort of did was he doesn't have the time to get out there and pound balls all day long. So I shut the face a little bit. I got a bit of a stronger grip, got a really flat left wrist, and then when he opened it up, I got him to sort of hit out a little straighter. So you can't have too much in your head, right? The dominating thought's got to be the ball. But when he opened up the face, he still sort of opens up the face there just a touch. He sort of brought it down, into the slot. And from here, he's not crashing into the wall and hit a lot of better shots. So a lot of people, when you're filming swings and you're having a look, even people that are not coming from the outside, they're still laying the club back, and from here they're going to really flip it. So when I was teaching someone the other day, and we got in there, and there was a pretty decent player, but he hits a big cut, and what I did is we fixed up the grip. From this side he had no shaft lean at all at impact, and the tour average is around 12 degrees of an iron shot, so it was better. It wasn't quite there, but we got about 10 degrees as opposed to sort of just a couple of degrees. So we got some better flight on it. But from the back view, it was it was an interesting thing because, you know, he was, we did a grip change, and also we changed the club face a little bit. It took well over an hour, to be truthful, but we got a face position at the top with a grip change. You can see the two club face positions up there, right? And we can see that one's pointed more towards the ear, and this one's more down. And when I pop up a line here through the shaft, you're going to see the entry, and this is what we all should be doing. I mean, who's not filming their swings? Seriously, who's not filming the golf swings? I don't know one top player that doesn't film their swings. I mean, I don't know John Daly, but you know, you got to. Everyone's filming their swings, or you're filming your swings in conjunction with your TrackMans and your flight scopes and all that sort of thing. So you sort of see the difference of the entry coming in. This one's just slightly over it. You know, he hit a couple of shanks and hit some weak cuts, and he was hitting these shots much cleaner. So guys, that was a big one. That was one of the bad ones I filmed deliberately. But yeah, it was a very open face and a weak grip position. So guys, let's have a look now at a drill or two that you can, and a feel or two that we can look at to clean some of these positions up. Get in there and film your swings. You know, seriously, have a look at world-class golf instruction, where we're sort of showing people how to film their swings from the right angles and not the incorrect angles. We're showing people this is a really important part of getting in there, understanding to use like the V1 app, and yeah, just how to do it. It's really easy actually, and you know, it's a modern day world of golf. You can get in there and film your swing, and control your own golf and maintain your own golf. So guys, let's have a look at a drill or two, how we can get these hands and wrists moving more effectively.
World-class golf instruction has over 700 detailed videos for every golfer. Practice programs and evidence-based material is applied to helping you to become your own coach and play your best golf. Join us in the chat room and join the community of world-class golf instruction. And if you're putting sensors on your wrists and you're measuring angles, if you could sort of say, like, once I've got my address position here, that's like a -20-degree curve here in the lead hand, right? When you're roundabout, we'll just say, and when you take it away, what actually happens is this moves into -15, -10, and when it gets somewhere around here, that wrist is going to be pretty close, give or take, we'll say around 0 when the hands are outside that right leg, or that right foot, and you've got that left wrist nice and flat. So you can work on that, and that lead wrist will move then from extension, moving more towards flexion. And the simple way to really sort of get in there and think about it is that that face of that tennis racket is down, and the bullseye is pointing towards the camera. The right hand's turned away. So when you get up to the top, the lead wrist is flat. And actually what we're seeing with a lot of the top players is they'll actually move that lead wrist, they'll bow it down more into flexion, coming down, so that when they bring that hand down, they're in a position where they can really hit like a top spin backhand. But the club golfers are unfortunately opening it up. You can't see the bullseye, and then they'll bring the club on the outside, and that's really, slicing a backhand, similar type of motion. And from there, you're going to be flipping at all sorts of different things. A lot of people see that and think, oh, I'm hanging back, I'm flipping. But don't put the cart in front of the horse. All right, you've got to clean up your wrist alignments and get those working effectively. So when you get in that club, move that club back into 1 o'clock, feel like that right hand is pointed away from you. And if you really, in your swing, if you really feel like that right palm, even coming down, is pointed down, always down and away, that keeps that club face in a strong position, and that's when you can get some shaft lean. All right, so what's happening for a lot of people out there, obviously when they have an open face like this, is that when they get shaft lean, the thing's just, you're presenting the heel to the ball way open, and then we've got to flip it, and that's sort of when it gets nasty. Right, you're going to touch the grass before you touch the ball. You're going to have thins, you're going to have fats. It's a disaster really waiting to happen. And getting your wrists and your hands to work effectively, it is the most important thing in the swing. I mean, just by standing here with absolutely no body at all, I've hit that about 140 meters, not with much effort, because the hands and the wrists move more effectively. Really important part, and this is something that we have around about 1,000 videos on world-class golf instruction for all different levels, advanced players and right through to the club golfers. Getting in there and looking at the club face, working on your drills and practicing effectively. and build a good swing. Guys, thanks for watching. Check out worldclassgolf.com.